All right, everybody, it's Dane here for your Monday workout. Just before we get started, I wanted to let you guys know that we're all going through it right now, man. My son came up to me and said the other day that the lunch lady started cussing and saying bad words, and I had to sit him down and tell him that, you know, your mom is going through a really stressful time right now. First thing is a warm-up for 8 minutes, okay? This is how this works. We're gonna do drinking bird to hallelujah for 3 reps. We're gonna do high plank to downward dog, lunge openers, 5 reps each side. You're gonna do 10 stationary soldier marches in place total, and you're gonna do a 15-second in-place jog, okay? You need a couple items for this workout, but for this warm-up, you guys can just do your body weight and whatnot. Okay, drinking bird to hallelujah. You're gonna go about hip width apart with your feet, okay? On this drinking bird to hallelujah, I want you guys to break at your knees, hinge at your waist, and you're gonna try to lower your upper body down, lower the upper body down with a neutral spine. As you get to your threshold with your hamstrings, that's when I want your back to start to round. You can help yourself out by putting your palms on your shins and then slowly starting to let your body fold over. You're gonna hang here, touch the ground, and you're gonna roll back up into a reach. Exaggerate that reach every time. Then you're gonna hinge back over again, fold at the very end, touch, roll up and reach. Okay, you're gonna do that 3 times. Then next up, you have high plank to downward dog. Okay, just a good isometric hold to start off with. And from here, you're gonna drive your tailbone high up in the air. Head hangs loose between your arms. March your legs out a little bit, and then right back into that high plank to downward dog. Okay, we're gonna do that 10 times. Lunge openers. After that high plank to downward dog, take your left leg up just outside of your left hand, and I want you guys to get in really close to this knee. Make sure that it's squeezing in. I want you to come up to your fingertips, okay, and make a teepee with your hand, and from here, with your back knee off the ground, I want you to open up towards that forward leg and then back down. We're gonna do this 5 times on each side. Okay, take your time on that. It's just a warm up. Okay, stationary soldier marches. From here, we're gonna pick it up just a little bit. I want your bottom foot to be flat on the ground to intensify the stretch. Okay, we're gonna just reach, touch it with your opposite hand. Okay, just getting those hamstrings, hips activated and ready for work. Then 15-second jog in place. Okay, you can work your hamstrings here, or you can get a little high knee, go for 15 seconds, or if you're outside, take off on a little jog and come back. All right, guys, this is the workout. Take a pause on the video and get started. All right, guys, next up, unilateral and isometric work. We are gonna need some things for this. First, for the three object pick and place, I have a little stuffed animal here, one of my son's favorite. I have a little school glue, and I have an umbrella. Okay, I'm gonna place these things, one in front of me, one to the left, and one to the right. Now, I want these at a fairly close distance to start off with until I warm up a little bit. Okay, you're gonna lean over to one side, balancing on that one leg, and you're gonna break at that knee slightly. From here, you're gonna drive this opposite leg back as you hinge down, dropping your chest down, remember that neutral spine. I want it organized, okay? This knee, whenever I'm doing anything unilaterally, make sure my glute is activated too. So pull that knee outward, sit back on your heel to make sure your glute's activated. Then from here, you're gonna take the opposite hand of the leg you're balancing on, you're gonna reach and pick that object up. Put it in your other hand, okay? A break at the knee, hinge at the waist, reach and grab. Then we're gonna reach and grab, and then we're gonna replace it. Anytime you need to, especially if you're in an unbalanced space, you can put that foot down to help you with your balance. But I want you to maintain this one leg for 3 reps. So you're gonna go all the way back down, replacing each item, okay? And then we'll start again, same leg, okay? I want you to really focus on this one leg, get it burning, get that hip, knee, and ankle strengthening in that movement. It's something that'll help us with our explosiveness, our balance, our sprinting. Then we're gonna do the other side for 3 reps, okay? Again, picking all of them up, putting them all down 3 times through. Okay, then you have single arm push-ups. Okay, a couple modifications here on the single arm push-up. If you can, okay, put this arm on your hip, okay? The other hand, you're gonna just balance over, just kind of lean over a little bit, and then you're gonna twist your body slightly. This elbow may flare out a little bit, but try to keep it tucked in as much as possible. 3 reps. Okay, if that's not possible, knock it out on your knees. Okay, might help a little bit. If that's still not possible, take something heavy in your apartment or your house and press it from a floor position, from a prone position, press it overhead 3 times. Okay, now from there, you guys are going to go into elbow plank hold for 1 minute. On the elbow plank hold, what I'm looking for here is just an isometric hold, pushing away from the ground, okay? Squeezing your elbows in and down towards your toes and keeping your core tight. Squeeze your glutes to keep everything engaged. If you want to add an intensifier, you can lift one leg up and hold that. Switch, okay? You can add some toe taps. Okay, you can add that 4-point get up if you want, okay? But you're doing a hold that for a full 1 minute. Then you have that side plank raise. From here, we're gonna lower the hips down towards the ground, fire back up. Okay, if you want to, I think I added this earlier last week, you're gonna take this hand behind your head and you're gonna take that elbow and poke it through and try to hit a spot underneath you. Do that 10 times on each side. Okay, let's go for 10 minutes. Go ahead and push pause, get that workout going. All right, now time blaster. The first one is lower body. This time blaster, this workout right here, you have 10 broomstick squat jumps. You're gonna take your broomstick, if you have one, hopefully you do, or a PVC pipe. You're going to do the deep squat in a back squat position. From here, you're gonna fire straight up. Notice, as I'm landing, I'm pulling my knees apart for a nice, safe landing. You never want your knees to cave in at any point in a squat, letting the quads take over, especially on the way down. Never let them cave in. Pull them out into a nice, soft landing. From there, you have 10 single leg calf raises. So you can find just a spot in the ground to balance, some flat spot. And you're just gonna do 10 calf raises, or if you have something you can elevate on, that's a great way to get full range of motion calf raise. 10 on each side. In place, high knees. Slow it down, shorten it, okay? Anything that you need to do to get through that 15 seconds. You can do up to 30 seconds too if you want, okay? Go ahead, get that going for 7 minutes, 7 minutes on the timer. All right, guys, now time blaster number 2. It's sprinkling a little bit. I'm losing my my riding, but it's upper body. We have 10 plank pull-throughs, okay? On each, that's total. Then you have 10 weighted sit-ups to overhead, okay? You have 10 wide floor flies, and you have 10 kneeling overhead press. Weight is optional. Okay, the weight that we're gonna have to use here, the plank pull-throughs. I made just a little contraption here. I used a Waterloo 12-pack. I'm gonna put a little duct tape on there as handles. Okay, I'm gonna put it off to one side, and I'm gonna do a plank right beside it. Okay, from here, I'm gonna grab one of those handles, pull across, get back to plank, reach with the opposite hand, and pull across. Okay, if you want to intensify it, you just pull a little bit farther. Okay, so you have to reach all the way through to grab it, pull it a little bit farther. You can also do that with a backpack, put a lot of weight in it, and do the same thing. Again, modifications, you can drop to your knees if you have to. But you're gonna pull that big heavy backpack over, and then pull it back across, getting those posteriors really firing, okay? Now, the weighted sit-up to overhead. Same thing with this sweet little heavy backpack. Okay, you can do a weighted sit-up with your arms overhead. You can do a weighted sit-up to a press. It all depends on what you have available. You can even use that broomstick if you wanted to. Okay, you can do a press to overhead position. Okay, and work that form. Okay, we have wide floor fly. Now this one's gonna be a little bit difficult. You can grab a couple things, maybe pans, pots or pans. I'm gonna grab backpack and my water bottle. From here, I'm gonna lay on my back, starting up top, knees are bent. I'm gonna open up, bending at the elbow, elbows touch slightly, and then bring it right back together. From the side, my knees are bent, okay, my back is flat. As I open up, rotate and pull your elbows outward, pull them down towards the ground, keeping your core tight, and then pull it back in aggressively. Heavier the better, okay? Try to make sure that you guys can finish all 10 reps. Then you have kneeling overhead press. Weight is optional. So I'm gonna go from a kneeling position so I get the hips out of it. My core is tight. I'm just gonna open up my arms, okay? Maybe I press my palms upward, but the idea here is to try to see your shoulder blades squeeze together, core stay tight. I don't wanna see a big arch in the back. Keep your core tight, suck that belly button in. And from here, we're trying to go straight up, overhead, and then back down to that shoulder height position. Okay, core is tight, squeeze your glutes, keep your spine organized as you press. If you feel yourself kind of lock in here, okay, and if you kept going, your back arches, then go ahead and just stop a little bit early and try to work through that range of motion slowly. Don't try to get aggressive and push through it, okay, and cause any issues in your lower back. Bad form. Oh, if you want to, take one of those cans and use those. It's a good idea. Then we can break one open. Ah, it's good. Bubbly water wasn't a good idea, actually. All right, guys, let's go. All right, guys, last thing, our fusion. Fusion, 8 minutes plus. I want you to take your time on this. 1 minute shoulder or pectoral smash. What you need for this, I say just a water bottle. You might find something else you can use, like a can of soda, okay? You're gonna take this can and we're going to press it in the pectoral or into the shoulder, and you're gonna pull it in very tight, okay? You're gonna work it around. If you can, put it up against the ground, and then I want you to see mobility from that position. So once you get that planted here, I want to see some movement all the way through. Okay, and try to get those really tight, sore muscles in there. Okay, you can also do this up against the wall. Okay, you can use just about anything, a ball or a water bottle, anything that is not going to squish and be too soft. All right, from there, where am I? The 10 sideline windmills. What I'm looking for here, I want to see knees are bent. I want to see 90-degree angle here in the hips, 90-degree angle in the knees. Just roll over to your side. From here, my shoulders need to be stacked. Okay, I can look down and make sure that I see my knees glued together. Then from this position right here, what I'm going to do is relax my neck, and I'm going to take this hand. I'm just going to open up. My eyes are going to follow my arm. When I get to my threshold, I'm going to take a deep breath in. Exhale, open a little bit more, then come back to that stacked shoulder position. My palms should be touching. Again, it looks like this. Relax that neck. Open, eyes follow your arms. Are your knees still glued together? And then you're back. That's gonna get that thoracic spine and the shoulder really open. Okay, then last thing, the 1 minute raised leg or elevated Cossacks figure 4. This one is one of my favorite stretches in the whole world. If you can, get your foot placed up on a wall somewhere. Okay, you're gonna lay flat back. Okay, you're gonna scoot into that wall. You're gonna cross your other foot over. Okay, and I wanna see your Cossacks or your tailbone raised up off the ground. Not you lifting it, but literally, I can't drop my tailbone to the ground because the wall is there. From here, I'm just gonna sit and relax. Taking deep breaths in. Okay, a couple things to think about on your breath before I go. As you're breathing, I want you to think about pushing your stomach outward. I know it may feel awkward or different than you do typically at the beach where we're sucking in and lifting our chest up, okay? Instead, I want you to push that stomach out. Big belly, then exhale and try to relax into that stretch. All right, guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Monday. I'll see you hopefully virtually. And one last one before I go. All of my jokes from this point on are going to be inside jokes because of the quarantine, mandated quarantine. It doesn't make sense because I'm outside though. All right.